still out. Got enough time to get a tan.
Oh, you're cheating. You gotta be up at 6 in the morning. It's not fair, I say. Before we get rolling, we have Spark over at the Restream and the Creator McGrew doing the tracking.
And
you will watch what he has wrought.
Yep, so sit back, relax, and strap it down. Dragon Warrior Randomizer here on Randomania. As the king gives the information, we're going to take a look what's in our loot boxes. We got a fighter's ring to start, a magic key to start, so we're going to have 2 magic keys.
Magic keys means we can raid the treasury, or we can raid the actual raid the actual key shop. If you had gold in the first place, it'd be a good chance to raid the key shop, but we'll see what they choose to do. up2ng raids the treasury, finds gold, a torch, big stick, and the sword again, so it might not be the sword. Cursed belt. Ooh, let's load up a cursed belt. Corset's a go-go. Alrighty, both our runners have raided the treasury for various odds. They've raided the other chest. They went to the second chest on the lower left corner first. By accident, they lost a chance for easy for gold grind. They never would have known until they got there. Alright, due south of the cave that lorgon runs right to is the freebie cave. Up2ng, unfortunately, finds a metal scorpion. Alright. Free fairy water down south. up2ng heads back to the throne room. Will they begin grinding, or will they still keep looking around for more freebies? Alright, so to settle back in, we have our gold. We have, in the case of up2ng, a stash of cursed belts. Blooded Urger's sword, which means fighting in combat, not terribly hard. Level 2, huge boost to agility. Tremendous, 23 points of agility at level 2. Gotta go fast. Tripling your defense from 4 to 15 in 1 fell level gain. But up2ng cannot find combat. lorgon found it. Unfortunately, combat no sleep. Those guys fighting dirty. Ooh, level 2 gets style spell though. That's a safer fight. Alright. Experience coming in droves for lorgon. up2ng can't seem to find a fight. The accidental hero walk on up2ng side cannot get into combat. lorgon gets level 3. HP shows up for the party. We're going further. Alright, up2ng finally gets combat. His level 2. lorgon finds a cave to the west and north of the Tangel. It's the jerk. That jerk. Alright, so, having seen the jerk, I will explain to you the process of Dragon Warrior. To win Dragon Warrior, kill the Dragon Lord. To kill the Dragon Lord, you have to get to his castle. To get to his castle, you need to bring that jerk a token, a Staff of Rain, and Stone of Sunlight. Get the Staff of Rain, you gotta bring another old guy, a Silver Harp. And all the while, you want to find the sword, which they got, the armor, which will keep you alive, and maybe a flute to keep yourself safe from large, angry golems. You go Sigma back on the way to commentary. Don't be alarmed. She'll be here shortly. Alrighty, lorgon heading north. Again, with the Urger's sword, the huge attack boost lets you fight above your weight class.
1, 2.
If you die in 2 fights, a swing or 2 will get you a whole bunch of experience points for no work. Ah, here we go. Sigma returns.
Yes, apparently I was attacked by some metal scorpions.
They have hurt more. I can see what happened there.
And we got a demonstration of that in up2ng's stream. Unfortunately, we'll be going back.
Alright, so it's really a little RNG fest here. They're not too far apart. The experience point lead and differential is not really a big deal right now. up2ng is basically having problems finding combat worth fighting. And, ooh, Metal Scorpion has sleep as well. So Metal Scorpion's a real terror. Didn't have the actual sword, it would have been a real tragic combat outcome.
That is true. However, once he gets to level 4, like where Lorgon is at, he is going to be happy because Healmore will be present, and that will allow him to travel to further distances and hopefully find some more stuff.
Yeah, at level 4, 5, 6 with no hit points, heal more is a bit overkill, but don't let perks stand in the way of good. It's a free refill 3-4 times on the way to anywhere, really. Squeak, yes. So, the gold glitch, the chest glitch, I should say. If you open 8 chests and don't go to the world map, the game cannot load the 8th, 9th chest being removed, and so it stays there. You can grab it over and over again. When the game starts, you have 3 chests in the throne room. If you walk back in, it reloads those 3 chests and takes them away again, making 6. So you have a chance to get a free gold grind right off the bat if you get into the treasury that way.
Yep, and as we saw, up2ng got to level 5. Big boost of strength. Got heal, so that takes care of the heal more problem, especially early in game. With each of them only going to have 40 HP at level 5. And it looks like up2ng is content grinding on skeletons and metal scorpions.
So that's what makes them tame. The incredible strength boost will make this a 1 or 2 round combat. And we see Red Dragon's on Lorgon's side. Finish off Lorgon. However, Red Dragon has Baby Heal and Baby Hurt. So later on in the game, if you find that on a slight tile, it's going to be a very soft opponent.
Yeah, but you'd probably want to have a good amount of armor on that too, because they could still hurt hard.
Speaking of hurting hard, level 6 up no good. Hurt more shows up to the party.
up2ng is a little bit unfazed by that, wanting to get to level 7, I believe, before he decides to cross the desert.
There's no town nearby, so you want to get your MP back to walk to the castle and talk to the geezer, or die and walk out of the throne room again. Now, so you can favor switch that to up2ng's side, where Lorgon's getting odd combats they can't deal with, and obviously when you're not winning combats, you're not getting levels.
No, you're not. However, up2ng is taking the trek. Unfortunately for him, he runs into a Drakey, which is easy pickings. But a Star Wyvern is not. He's not going to be able to run away, and he will be death warping back to the king.
Rainwar is a game where you cannot dodge in combat. You may only get defense power by armor and by agility. So when you can't dodge, and you're walking around naked with a sword, you still get hurt for a lot of damage.
Absolutely. Apparently, Erdrick's descendant hasn't learned the 5 Ds of Dragon Warrior. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Well, plus that potential is a pretty good policy. Usually no shirt, no shoes, no service. He's got nothing. So they're letting him in and giving him a pat in the back saying, get back out there.
Either that or a bad LMFAO song, but back to the race. And Lorgon gets level 6, and he gets his hurt more. And Radiant, too, to boot. We forgot all about that. That's going to be important for the game.
Radiant's important for caves. You can block dive, you can have memorized, or you can actually see where you're going. Yes, Squeak, the tile set is a bit different. There is a setting to make it more like Dragon Warrior 2 and 3, if I recall correctly, the randomizer. Which now has a ton of new features. New characters, new background stuff, new winning conditions. You get Three's Company, and give the Princess of Curse the belt. So you have ways to win the game besides being up a giant dragon. What was that?
Absolutely, and if you want to learn more about that, and also, you can also race the vanilla map, too. We've had that race earlier this, I think last week we had a vanilla race that we called. But if you want to play this wonderful game of Dragon Warrior Randomizer, and have as much fun as Lorgon and up2ng are doing, why not download the Dragon Warrior Randomizer creator right now? There will be a link in the Twitch chat, and what will also be there is a link to our Discord where you could talk to a bunch of us wonderful folks about Dragon Warrior Randomizer. And also, we house Dragon Warrior 2, 3, and 4 randomizer races as well. So join the Discord, join the community. You're going to have a bunch of fun times here as well. And Lorgon managed to hit Stop Spell on the Red Dragon, but is not strong enough to be able to absorb 53 damage.
Yes, again, having no defense is still a problem against the strongest enemy in the game besides Dragon Lord. There's a chance you can survive the combat for 8-9 rounds swinging and get lucky with the hurt and heals being fired off, but not likely.
Not when the red dragons are consistently swinging for 51.
Speaking of appears so, that both have the same base file, which is handy because, for a randomizer race, you want to have the same actual seed. So, all things being equal, definitely a benefit.
That is true. It looks like up2ng has decided to just waylay on some wolf lords for right now. Still trying to cross the desert. Thankfully for up2ng this time around, he's running into warlocks, wolf lords, and being able to cross, and he has crossed. He is the first person to do so to explore this brave new world, and he will fight a wolf in the process.
Actually, Lorgon got over there once and found the jerk cave in the north, a little bit north, and then east. But here we're seeing some good luck on Lorgon's side. Oop, I take it back. I ruined it. Never mind. We got the win. So, with a bit of luck and some effective dice rolling, Lorgon has killed a red dragon for a massive gain of experience points.
And that 13 power is going to be a boost too. But what he's probably going to wind up doing is taking a death warp back to the castle. There's no way he was going to last long with only 1 hit point and 2 magic points and can't cast a heal spell.
up2ng perceives the jerk cave. We'll find it and be annoyed, but good note for later on. And we see the werewolf, which... Oh, the critical dodge!
Excellent doge.
The Kaishin, no. The werewolves have a fairly high dodge chance. Nothing outrageous like the Demon Knight, but they can surprise you if you take a swing and think you're getting a free kill off them.
Yeah, it's kind of debated in Dragon Warrior Randomizer groups. Which is the worst dodge offender, the Demon Knight or the Wraith Knight when it comes to hurt more?
There's nothing worse than the Demon Knight. Nothing worse than the Demon Knight. How did we open? We opened with 2 chests with keys in the opening throne room. A chance at a gold grind that was missed by bad luck, but up2ng turned it into a Sparkle Bridge. And up2ng turned it into a stash of cursed belts. Level 4, I think level 3 had heal more, level 6 had hurt more, and stop spells level 2, so early enemies with big spells were held down by lucky RNG.
And Lorgon is not going to search the Lone Island on the Sparkle Bridge. That could be where the armor of the token would be.
That's how you curse a seed. By ignoring the bridge. Someday it'll happen, Sparkover. Someday we'll find on that little spot. And I will lose my mind.
Actually happened to me during a race. Not during an official race. It was during when I was playing around with Bryce a couple nights ago. Sparkover Bridge Island had the armor.
Nice. Once we had it out of town, and we were pondering, how do we get this item? It's out of town. And we just leave the town and stand there and search. That was a while back. It might be out of the randomizer now. But it was pretty hilarious. Like, it's still gettable. It just... racks your brain a bit. Alright, Lorgon, having tasted the meat of the red dragon once, wants it again. up2ng heading back to that Desert of Doom. There's a good sign there. Once the red dragon's weaker, it wants to cast heal as well, so that makes more attacks useless in the face of stop spell.
And Lorgon did it. He's going to go to level 9.
So almost half of Lorgon's experience points have been gained by red dragon kills.
Oh yeah. They're the toughest thing to kill in the game, apart from Dragon Lord, but it's really rewarding when you get it.
To do it at level 8 and 9, or even level 7 before, is insanity. These are the softest red dragons I've seen all week, and we've had quite a few Mall Cop appearances.
Yes, they are quite 10-ply bod indeed.
up2ng, walking through a huge swamp area, taking down some wolf lords. So despite the killing of red dragons, it takes some time, so the gains are fantastic, but up2ng is not too far behind experience point-wise.
both of these people are in desperate need of a town. I'm looking at Lorgon. If he could find a town and does an excellent move on the Wraith there, he has enough for a large shield. And that's probably the best thing you can go with.
Definitely a big boost there. Large shield is definitely, equivalent if not exceeding the chainmail in value. Up2ng has a secret weapon. Up2ng has like 5 cursed belts. Hello.
Lorgon gets into Cantlin. He'll have enough to heal and also buy a large shield. Now, if only if he would cooperate, if only the store owner would cooperate and be able to talk.
I want to make money. I want to play with my phone.
Playing Candy Crush. Alright, fine, here's your large shield. Now leave me alone. I'm on level 479.
Alright, very important that with all the money available, Lorgon didn't just find the town and have nothing left. Lorgon had enough to go to the inn as well. The Cantlin Inn is a chunk of change, so if you don't have it on hand, it could be a problem. Up2ng, meanwhile, heading further west. So all the towns here are not been found. We have one spot here. It would be shocking if they were all in a big clump somewhere on the far side of the map.
Ooh, oh, wait, never mind. I thought the Armor Knight had, heal more. Tried to run away from the Armor Knight. Could have gotten him with a couple of hurt mores, but, decided to try to run away, but didn't work, and now he's back to the king. Meanwhile, Lorgon is healed up out of Cantlin, and now he's just trying to figure out where he's got to go next.
Well, not that way. That's Peninsula.
Well, there's another Wraith Dragon. Maybe he could get another 255 hit points.
This one comes out swinging. Gotta be careful. Nope. Red Dragon has become aware after being killed twice by throwing hurt spells and heal spells. Besides, I'm just gonna bite you.
They've adapted. They've adapted. They've gotten smart. You better be careful.
I'm just gonna chew on you a few seconds, see what happens. Up2ng heading down past the Sparkle Bridge. No! Bridge denied again. Look here, the different tiles that's interesting. Little dinky forest trees, little bonsais out there in the overworld.
Yes, it's like Bob Ross said, every tree needs a friend. By the way, EZR, if the tile set is a little bit goofy, they have a something on the new randomizer which allows them to put in tiles from Dragon Warrior 2 and 3.
Actually, I was wrong about that.
So it's a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, I was wrong about that detail. That was actually just based off on Up2ng's source material. So that's not the randomizer doing. That's Up2ng's doing. Alright, Red Dragon again for Lorgon. Can't get away from them, so just keep killing until the idea sticks.
Why would he want to get away from him? He's killed like 15 so far this seed.
Yeah, this is mind-blowing. You don't see this at level 7, 8, 9. So I'm gonna fight this Red Dragon and win. No, that does not happen. This is not a usual outcome.
And what's also not a normal outcome is having level 10 in 18 minutes 45 seconds, 2 power, 2 speed. There's the hit points he's been looking for. And 6 defense. Or 6 magic points, excuse me.
And now those fights are much safer. You have more resources to take a hit. You're not going to be getting hit once and having to immediately run back and heal yourself. You can swing it a little more freely. Up2ng not having the same luck. Goes to the lucky heal just to get some more gas in the tank, and the dragon bites again. So now we're seeing a little bit of a gap appearing. We're seeing that Lorgon's success versus Up2ng's bad luck is beginning to catch up.
And Lorgon has found what appears to be the mountain cave.
Alright, Mountain Cave got quite a few free chests. As long as you get to them. Up2ng again, fighting werewolves, and werewolves stepping out of the way of that sword. And the magic weapon, which is a tempting target for a hurt more. It will always die to a hurt more. But now up to Lorgon is out of gas. Lorgon has a sword, a hit point tool, and that's it.
Yeah, but with his attack power at 100, he will be okay, pending he doesn't run into anything big. But Silver Harp, though, is pretty good, though.
Alright, easy find for Silver Harp. Very top mountain cave. Still waiting on Stone Sunlight. So you kind of got to dig. Token could be down here. The Stone Sunlight could be down here. You got to keep digging as far as you can. But then G hits level 9. And is hitting, you know, these werewolves are Charlotte class enemies. They are, you know, the creme de la creme of the enemy pool.
Well, there's something that could be useful later on. That's that death necklace. Even though that it could be a factor later on. If you have the hit points, do it at like 130. 129, I think, is min for the death necklace.
Yep, Trouble of Ruin. Death necklace gives you 10 attack power at a cost of 1/4 of your health, and being cursed as if you wore the cursed belt. So endgame, you can make the Dragon Lord cry. If it goes wrong, then you probably have some problems. Alright, Deep Dive gets you the necklace in the second level in the good chest area, and Harp on the top. So Mountain Cave is required, and a few frill bonuses on the bottom if you want to dig the whole thing out. Up2ng, walk in the world, trying to find monsters that are not red dragons, but they're having no luck fighting those beasts.
By the way, 21 minutes, 50 seconds in here, and 22 minutes in this race. Why don't you give these wonderful racers a follow, Lorgon and up2ng, who are racing their hearts out for this great race. Both of them are 2-0. A win today gets them a bid for the elimination rounds. Lorgon finds a town, so really give him a follow. Also give up2ng a follow on Twitch. Also give the Seawolf1, my fellow commentator, a follow. I'm sigmafan. Give me a follow as well. Also give McGrew and Sparkover a follow. Sparkover being our restreamer, McGrew being our tracker. They do fantastic work all around the area, and we thank you and we appreciate your support. Meanwhile, Lorgon has found Garen. He's going to heal up. I don't think he's got another magic key.
Afraid not. So, keyless Garenham remains sealed. Up2ng was very close to Mountain Cave, but was walking around the forest, pondering, do I go in, do I not go in? And Armor Knight said, no, you're not going in. Yes, we follow the mysterious bear lady. Now, McGrew, for those who are not in the know of the location, sees for the first time, McGrew is the creator of this here randomizer. So all the chaos involved, you can blame McGrew.
Here we go again. Oh, and a first time stop spell worked for Lorgon. He's just been getting a lot of luck against these red dragons.
That's swinging in favor with the hit pool and the stop spell landing and the 100 attack power. These red dragons are going down faster and faster, so it's becoming a much safer fight as time goes on. And just from the sheer dint of getting agility points, they're actually now taking less damage from their attacks. So it's become almost, I dare say, a free fight now if you land that stop spell.
Free enough fight to get to level 11. Only one power though, one speed, one, oh, and 8. So hey, we almost had quad ones or uno quad.
Empty Eyes are patron saint of zeros. Who would be our leader of ones?
I don't think it would be necessary because there's too many. We always get too many one upgrades, so too common to divulge, I guess.
All right, Lorgon.
And Lorgon finds a cursed belt in the tablet cave.
Tablet caves is 380 gold. Not much else. Not really worth the trouble. Up2ng, walking the world again, trying to find something. Lorgon's back out and is finding new territory yet more. So Lorgon's hitting towns, hitting caves, and up2ng is just keeping up pretty well with the experience points, but cannot seem to find any locations.
A nice waffle path there. Now I'm hungry for some waffles. Darn it.
You just had dinner.
No, I haven't eaten yet. I said I made dinner. I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Well, that's
By
tragic.
the time I got done making dinner, it was time to call this race.
Alright, look for you. Let's look like a jet seed. So, might be out of here before, well, dinner, I guess. Yeah, weapons could have been dangerous before, but the sword and all that attack power, a stop spell will not do any effect to you. And Lorgon finds yet another town, way out of the way.
Ski Town. Heat Town, USA.
Alright, Rumbledar opens up the back of Totangel, opens up Garanham, up to that one chest here as well. up2ng finds Kentland as well. Large shield purchased, I believe. And he's pondering, can I find chainmail somewhere? Doing a little math. If I sell all the belts, can I buy something fancy? The answer is no.
Yeah, you can buy a half. Yeah, you can buy a half plate.
Ooh, yeah, 1,000. Yeah, that'll work. But the size against it. And Rumildar's double black chest is a dragon scale. Insane attack power. Runs away straight Demon Knight, whacks it twice, and it falls over. The attack power in this seed is fantastic.
And Lorgon finds Hawk's Nest. This is could be a jet seed after all. However, we have not found Sherlock yet.
Sherlock is somewhere. It could be in the other continent behind the swamp cave, which could be behind the Tangel. With the keys that Lorgon will be able to find out eventually what lies beyond. However, we will see if there's a goodie here. A flute, a token, some armor, and haven't we seen two cursed belt locations? I would assume that one of the chests has the token.
And the good luck continues for Lorgon. Another first turn stop spell hits.
up2ng, do you sell belts? Here we go. Sell the belts, buy some goods. Now, Lorgon's fight here might not be the spike tile. I'm not sure if they got all the way to the end before they engage the dragon. So this might not actually be... Ooh, the dragons make fun of the fight. Trying to be sneaky to heal him.
It is not the spike tile, no. He's about 2 steps away.
Okay, we're seeing now. Lorgon's trying to be cute with a heal spell and only heal just enough to survive, and the dragons have none of it. So the dragon insists you fight it seriously.
Sure, why not an excellent move to take care of it?
Hey, look, it's a red dragon.
And this one's putting up a little bit more of a fight. Does not let stop spell take it down. Nope. Maybe Lorgon's red dragon luck has run out.
Ooh, what a terrible time for it to run out. Oh no, yeah, this red dragon is a cut above the rest. Terrible. Very far from Totangel, and has to walk all the way back to find that dragon.
But yet, this is probably a blessing in disguise. He could probably find... he'll go into the basement of Tantagel and maybe find Silverheart Cave.
An incredible swing, though. If you got that... get the spot and pick the item, and then went back to the Garanham, like 2 towns over, and open that back door, you got all your laundry done in one trip.
It seems to be the play, and Squeege, that is absolutely correct. If once he does get the armor, and he will probably no longer take care of, probably do any stop spelling, he could just swing away. However, it might be different for heal. Meanwhile, we got the grave in the bottom of the castle, which it's built on an ancient burial ground. Wouldn't that make the castle cursed in some way?
It's just buried there. Some bard guy. Ah, the stones. So not quite vanilla, but vanilla enough castle. But lorgon knows, with the stones and sunlight, the silver harp, and the death necklace in hand already, there's left to look for in this cave. I'm getting out of here.
Well, the token could still be in the chest, isn't that true?
That is true. So, lorgon, assuming that, okay, I have the items here, I'm going to bet on, the chest, or the token not being further down. So passing on 2 more chests down there.
Well, we haven't found coal yet, so no search spots outstanding right now. That we know of.
And Cantlin's nearby, so if lorgon insisted on going to Cantlin and opening up that door, they could talk to the old man and find out locations. And Pyromancer to point in chat as well that even if it is down there, and you say, crap, it is down there, I have to go back to it, just hit cast return, or die, and oh, I'm there. So it's not a huge return to get there. Up2ng walking the world trying to find all these goodies.
I think that's his 4th finding of the Jerk Cave.
I'm still here. I'm still a jerk. Yeah, up2ng before was about 4 tiles away from the mountain cave and was sent home by an armored knight. So bad luck in that regard.
And it looks like he's a little shell-shocked, so to speak. And speaking of jerks, there are only 2 good jerks. Jerk Chicken and the Carolina Hurricanes.
That's Steve Martin. He's a pretty good jerk.
Never seen the movie, so I couldn't comment.
Fair enough. It's a thing. Alright, so lorgon's luck for the map has been... There's like one little turnoff. You have to go around this corner and bend by a river, and like you end up by the mountain cave, then you buy these towns, and then go left for more towns. So the whole map seems to funnel to that one spot, and up2ng has missed that location quite a few times.
And lorgon will go into Garen him. He will see what's in those chests. It could be the token, also could be the fairy flute. If either one of them are in there, that might mean that maybe he could avoid the red dragon for right now. Maybe go back to Cantlin and maybe see some coordinate.
I mean, the red dragon's not really to be avoided. It's the softest enemy out there. It was bad luck that they died to it. I would go out there in a heartbeat. Alright, you got a key fund, a pair of wings, and a torch. That's just some money, my apologies. The top chest is money.
Wouldn't be a bad spot for a ghetto grind. And this looks to be Swamp Cave.
Gotta be a swamp cave. North south, I can tell you right now, has not moved. South. Don't you want to save the princess? Guess not. Alright, lorgon has Buchanan at number 2. up2ng is still traversing the appears to be the south part of the map, which does not appear to be the right way to go.
Looks like it's taking him to the northeast of the map.
Yeah, if you're looking at the map on the edges, there's a straight line of coast. Usually it's a giveaway of the extreme, edge of the map. So this very large desert, big old beach over here, what lies beyond the swamp cave.
Almost looks like Florida for a second. Hey, and we got the Spark over bridges.
Alright, more bridges. Alright, up2ng now fighting the Red Dragon. And we're seeing now the Red Dragon has heal. They always heal at low health, so it's basically an annoyance. The sword and the attack power is high enough to overpower the heal, but that's in the round it might punch you again, so you have to be careful about that resource usage. So despite not having any of the harp, the stones, the keys, up2ng has maintained experience point lead, or experience points equality, with Lorgon, who unfortunately has been killed by another Red Dragon.
It's that old saying, you live by the red dragon, you die by the red dragon.
So luck kind of turning on its head for Lorgon here, where the Red Dragons are suddenly learning how to deal with that. Lorgon is insisting on stop spell, and the hurt is not worth the trouble, and you can overpower the heal. And with endgame agility available at 75 already, it's very viable to possibly run now. Might not be a free run, but it's definitely in the works.
Yeah, as Lorgon proved, as up2ng proved that you can run away from him easier now at 75. As you see in the stats, once a number goes green, that's usually the required amount to be able to go.
Yeah, green's the ideal numbers, based on a certain ideal stat line. If one's extremely high, if you have like an extra like 30 to agility out of nowhere, you can probably make up for a few less hit points or a few less strength points by sheer dint of having crazy stat here, or having like 30 more MP to I can heal more, 5 more times this fight. So I'm not worried about my 1 point less strength.
That is true, and it looks like Lorgon is gonna go back up to that area. I'm guessing he's thinking maybe Sherlock doesn't have it. Not Sherlock, but doesn't think Caitlin has coordinates. Maybe not. Maybe he's taking another gamble here. We'll have to see if it pays off. And once again, has his usual Red Dragon luck, being able to stop spell him.
So Lorgon is choosing now to look at that other continent in more detail, ignoring Hawk's Nest, ignoring Caitlin, which are, Hawk's Nest is a bit of a walk. Caitlin's pretty close to the castle, and they're both open access, and the swamp cave's right here. So choosing actively to skip the dive down to Garen's grave and Hawk's Nest and that, trying to find Cole, trying to find Freebie, and skip all his mess. Squeak, they were in Hawk's Nest and they ran to a Red Dragon and died on the spike tile. It's some pretty impressive attack luck. But, so they're actively choosing now to avoid it for now. They might go back to it, even right now, might be walking back to Hawk's Nest for all I know. But they seem to be intent on seeing the swamp cave and what's beyond. up2ng kills a metal slime. Keeping pace.
Or maybe not, as Lorgon has gone away from the entrance to that northern part. He is looking to go to Caitlin.
Alright, Caitlin going digging, and up2ng I think is approaching Rumaldar.
Oh boy, Wraith's got DL2 breath.
My apologies, this is Caitlin. So Caitlin's that little spot in the first town. Alright, the Wraith pulling out a little curveball. Wraith's been seen a few times, didn't pull it out for the first 3 or 4 fights, but now is bringing out the big guns. up2ng now heading east again, which is unfortunately the wrong direction. Find more of this map.
Well, we found Sherlock and oh joy, Brecken. Oh, I'll just stay at
Motel
Motel
6.
6.
I'll leave the torch on for you. Lorgon, I haven't checked the item shop. Doesn't care about items, doesn't care about weapons. There's nothing here of value for me. Alright, so Sherlock is way windy path over there. So Cole is still on the loose. Cole could still be an item spot. It's gotta be found and searched at. Like right there, for
I
instance.
think that's it.
They do exist.
Santa, do you have anything for me in your bag?
Santa has
About the
Urge's
token.
token. Alright, so now Hawk's Nest seems tempting. Do I just go to Hawk's Nest and fight that dragon and see the armor's there, and then I am in basically go mode. I have all my fancy items, I have the token. I have everything that's there. Jerk cave's close to the castle. I am basically ready to rock.
Oh yeah, with those 16 hit points, he is good there.
Yep, the siege is being very kind and courteous. Not a feature of the normal Dragon Warrior Randomizer. Usually features a lot of fiery death and early game headaches. But nature's the beast. Sometimes you get lucky. Big stick in the treasury, a free key to get to it. Let the games begin.
And he just found the connection. So everything was connected. You know, Hawk's Nest, Cole, the Rimeldar, all that fun stuff. Looks like they're all connected up north.
There you go. So in this game, we can't zoom the map out. Missing a screen by 2 or 3 tiles and missing that town space can cost you.
And up2ng finds the Silver Harp Cave. That is the only advantage, though, he has over Lorgon right now. Because Lorgon still hasn't found it yet.
Yep. So, past that large swamp on a little outcropping. Might be a little hard to find. Lorgon stops on this dragon and laying on the hurt. Ooh, it's right by Charlock, so yeah, if Lorgon doesn't go around Charlock down left, they will miss the Harp Cave. So up2ng is basically the ballpark of all these awesome spots themselves.
Yeah, going the other way around. And Lorgon does it, takes care of it, and it is the armor.
Alright, so Lorgon is basically ready to rock beside that Harp Cave, and up2ng is like 3 screens away from being able to solve all of their problems. So up2ng you see traveling the coastline. You're trying to maximize how much eyeball space you have, how much of the screen can you see while you're walking around so you don't miss that cave, you don't miss that town. Very important to have that screen as full as possible.
And there's up2ng and Cole now. He's gonna find his token there.
If they go east.
Yeah.
If they go east, they'll find Hawk's Nest right there as well. up2ng, oh, the Scarred, me a hero. up2ng through tenacity and constant combat has kept up experience point pace and is now basically almost equal item wise. It was pretty insane considering how it was so bare bones before.
Right, he just crossed a more barren path, it looked like. There is Rimeldar.
Alright, Rimeldar, so Garanham is free keys. Yep, as long as it works out nicely, there'll be nothing stopping up2ng from doing just what Lorgon's doing right now. Maybe a 2-minute advantage if things go smoothly.
I think it's more than that, because he's got to find the stones, he's got to find the harp. And that's going to be at least 5 to 10 minutes. Because he doesn't have return, and I don't think he's got wings.
Alright, and cave diving will determine. We shall see. Lorgon is now heading. He's trying to find out where this cave's at. All Lorgon needs to find is the Silver Harp Cave. But where's that cave at? We know it's just south of Charlock, and a little bit to the west. Lorgon might think it's on the other continent.
Hey, we got a subscriber!
You know.
57 CB, thank you very much for the subscription via Twitch Prime. Hope you enjoy your wonderful Random Mania goodies that you get by being a subscriber. And thank you very much for your support.
Random Mania, the home for all things randomizer. We're hosting a lot of our seeds here. Thanks to the team there making the commentary and the restream possible. Currently on the stream right now is Sparkover and Maru doing restream and tracking respectively.
And we're 45 minutes into the seat, so let's give everybody a nice, wonderful recap where everybody's at right now. Lorgon is in amazing shape, has the sword, has the armor, has a large shield. The only thing that's a little south right now is strength, and that'll take care of the attack power once that comes up. All Lorgon is missing is the drop, and he'll be good to go for Sherlock, depending if he wants to go. Up2ng is in a little bit of trouble right now. Still has to find the armor, which he's doing right now, fighting the Red Dragon in Hawk's Nest. He's got to find the Silver Harp Cave, which is in Mountain Cave. Stones are in the grave, and he does have keys, but none of them are going to be taking care of the princess, and he does have the armor.
Yep, up2ng knows now the token and armor, but the certain spots anywhere else on the map might not be important. And if you think you're behind, if you had a little trouble in the start of the seed, and you think you're behind on a level 1 sword, level 5 hurt more, level 3 heal more seed, you might just skip that flute and say, let's just go to the castle and see what I can do there. You guys have noticed a few times this week that the Lorgon and up2ng, with the varying luck in their exploration, have maintained an almost neck-and-neck experience point count. It's currently a 400-point difference, but that's literally 1.5 Red Dragon fights. It's almost nothing, given how they're fighting and what the Red Dragon is doing, which is casting small spells and begging for mercy.
Absolutely, and it looks like Lorgon now has explored all the second continent. It's a big bowl of nothing.
There's a risk. up2ng is now traversing the world trying to find... They were very close to the mountain cave before, didn't realize it. And also must find the mountain cave on the map, and then back to the castle to find Garenham in the basement. Or Garen's grave, I should say. If they find Garenham first, and then, take a walk to the other continent, they will find nothing again, and waste time there. So it's possible that up2ng can lose 4 or 5 minutes in the other continent.
And that would be the death knell for his run, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Finger slipped off the button to talk. Lorgon is looking to find his Silver Harp trading cave, and then he'll be gravy, as it were. As we know, it's northwest of Cantlin.
Yep, it's literally right to the south, and then west, you go through the swamp, and there's a little beach peninsula you go off of, and it's right hiding on the edge of the map. So it's a very, very odd spot to walk into.
Yeah, but that's been kind of the thing we've been seeing for these past few weeks. A lot of trading caves have been in those peninsulas.
Yeah, the newest version of the randomizer has increased the amount of water on the overworld to be, windy rivers. It doesn't have to be big clumps of land with the ocean around it. Rivers are now an option, much more common. The bridges are back in force.
Take that, IGN.
That being said, it's a lot more windy and mysterious overworld, so if you've got a good brain or a handy map to write down on, otherwise you might get lost. Alright. Gains for Lorgon. Huge HP boost.
Huge agility boost, too.
Windy. Is that on the Dragon Warrior Randomizer bingo card? Alright, just behind. Almost there is up2ng. On Damagru. We'll make it. We'll make the card. We got 1 free space between 24 joke spaces. Probably
wombo combo.
Probably windy. Who's packing the wombo combos? Rune Lord?
No, that could be part of the bingo.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Certainly. Okay, up2ng finds Garenham, which we know is kind of a curse in disguise.
Lorgon back at Garen. He's only going there to heal, ladies and gentlemen. He knows that there might not even be a search spot for the flute.
Yep, Caitlin might be a dead end. And around here, if you go a little more, I believe more to the south, you will attempt to find the Silver Harp Cave.
No, it's a little more northwest. It's north of Cantlin.
I guess you go around that little water there and find it. And we're seeing Lorgon again insisting on stop spell of these dragons. So, despite having the incredibly powered armor, having the massive hit points, power, and strength and agility, they're still insisting, I'm not going to fight this guy until I cast stop spell. That may come back and bite them, instead of being so close as the sea goes on.
Oh yeah, this is the new tracker that we got going on, which is a wonderful thing. You can have the harp, and once it gets traded in, you can click on it again, and it becomes the Staff of Rain. So, thank you, High Spirits, or whoever created the tracker. Where's my hero on the tracker? Sorry, but your hero is in another game.
Yes, Captain Uhu was our hero. I was making sure I was going to misquote who was doing this. Captain Uhu is our worker, and actually online there's a version of the tracker as well for yourself. If you're playing the game, you may use that tracker on your own screen or your own monitor to track where I'm at, what maps do I have to find, what are the notes, how many points next level. So Uhu doing great work for any randomized community, because randomizer in Dragon Warrior's case, the big thing to memorize is the maps, the caves and the castles. The overworld is always randomized, the enemies are always up there, so knowing some baseline numbers and how to get through a cave are all you gotta do basically to get the game in your palm. We're gonna make a good time walking the world with Repel and Urge's armor.
Yeah, and he's close to it now. He's gonna fight a few Star Wyverns. They're kind of free as well.
Yeah, Lorgon's stats are well above most of the enemies in the game at this point. Armor Knight, if it's mean, can be a problem still. And we haven't seen a Golem yet. If Golem still has been Charlock and has like Sleep and Dragon Lord 2 Breath, that could still be an issue. But Golem and Stone Man and I think Wizard have all been absent so far from the party. I take it back.
I have
Instant
no
regret.
idea what he's doing.
Which one, Lorgon or up2ng?
Lorgon, because he's retracing his steps, trying to find that trade cave. Looks like he's getting confused.
Very possible. Lorgon again knows the second continent is a bust. Explored that fully. And now is thinking I missed some kind of outstretched peninsula somewhere. And they are correct, but they were missing it about 3 screens to the west. up2ng, meanwhile, it's the same kind of problem where they cannot seem to find. Oh, that was continent 2, huh? Condition. It would be interesting if they had heal more. Basic heal is not really scary end game because you have enough attack power to overpower it. And it makes the fight at the end kind of free. If they had heal more, that's a surprise. Like, if they're the last spike tile, and they're like, oh, by the way, sleep and heal more, that'd be trouble.
That's trouble, as Hawk Harrelson would say from back in the day.
You go back to, let's see who was that last year. One of my races last year was doing pretty good, and I met my 8th Armored Knight for the seed for a spike tile for Dragon Lord, and it said, surprise, heal more, and it ruined everything.
Oh, he found it.
Alright, Lorgon finds the Harp Cave. Let's see if they take the harp, or take the stick. Very important. Okay, they do. Alright, back to Jerk Cave, and Lorgon can choose when to dive and how to dive.
Looking at his stats, I think he's gonna grind. He needs to grind a couple more levels. Even though hit points are there and he's got the Death Necklace, it's not quite enough. 123 is not enough to put the Death Necklace on. At 15, if he gets to 130, then he'll more than likely put the Death Necklace on. But then again, you only got best 9 heal mores.
Yeah, attack power is also still a thing. Attack power is up there, is decent for most monsters. For your Dragon Lord fights, Dragon Lord 2 more precisely, take your attack power, take 100 off that. Cut it in half once, and that's your high roll. Cut it in half again, that's your low roll. So at 120, you're hitting for between 5 and 10, which is not viable in a game where you cannot dodge. You're fighting a giant dragon the size of a house. Ooh, let's see. Blue Dragon also has hurt. Oh, it's cute.
That's right, Pyromance. Silver Harp and Death Necklace in the same cave.
Yeah, they're both a mountain cave, which up2ng has yet to find. up2ng actually heading to the princess. Or grinding this Blue Dragon at the spike tile.
It's almost at 7,500 to get the required number to get to 15.
So through effort and grinding, up2ng, despite having a bit of an item disadvantage here, it's taking the experience point lead, which is pretty crazy considering that they've been basically exploring the map the entire time. Yes, KO, the Red Dragon has the whopping combination of hurt and heal.
Red Dragon level 4.
Yeah, Ties, I'm not sure. I've been saying that for about 5 levels now. We're well beyond the point where hurt should be concerned and heal is overpowered by swinging your sword. So I'm not sure why Lorgon is still insisting on the stop spell.
Not confident enough in his swings, probably.
He's a Red Dragon serial killer. You have to do it a certain way.
And as we take a look at up2ng, the strength and magic points aren't there at 15. It looks like 16 is going to be the number.
Yep. Yeah, play a chest out there. Garen's Grave, level 2 or level 2 and 4 chests are not known. And you don't know about the treasury and the judge's table. Alright, Lorgon trades in, gets their drop. Yes, if the old man, their map coordinates, he gives them to you. If they're not coordinates, he says, alright, you got this. Go out there and beat up that Dragon Lord. Not that old man's like the opposite of the jerk. They're brothers.
Still don't get why somebody casts Return outside of the castle burning magic.
Lorgon wanted to go back and get the free MP boost from the old man in the front. Simply enough, he could walk to town.
After he got it, he used Return to get out of the castle.
Gotta go fast. It does save about 3, or it saves good seconds. Like what? Let's say 8 seconds of walking. Yeah, in Lorgon's case, like I said, for up2ng thinking they're behind, in Lorgon's case, is also a seed with a level 1 Urger Sword, a level 3 heal more, a level 6 hurt more, and I found everything in one corner of the map in like 20 minutes. I'd be scared too. I've seen the boon of a dedicated grind by up2ng, where they're approaching 9,000 experience points. So now they almost 2,000 point lead on Lorgon.
Z's almost at level. He's about 800 away from level 16.
Yep, up2ng's going to grind here until they have stats saying, okay, get my stats ready for the end game. Then I'm going to find all the stuff and just blow through the seed. Lorgon finding more red dragons, so not keeping as much pace with the grind here, but the overworld is still give them pretty good boosts to their experience point total. Again, the existence of stop spell is taking, an extra round 2 of combat per red dragon, which individually by itself is not a big deal, but put that over 25, 30 fights of red dragons, it adds to about 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, and it's giving up2ng enough time to grind.
up2ng turns to a blue dragon puree. You think the blue dragon, having walked to the guard at Spike Tile again and seeing the bodies of literally 20 dragons around it, would maybe think twice about taking the guard post. But, big credit where credit's due. Dedicated beast. Alright, up2ng. Almost there for 16. It'd take quite a bit of boost of MP and strength to make this the go level, though. Might be more grinding in our future.
Looks like 2 more blue dragons will do it for 16. And I think if he gets, like, he'll need, what, 15 more strength?
I mean, for super, you'd want some more strength. Definitely want another 2 heal mores. Yeah, I don't think we're going on that, but 116, 127 HP, decent agility. We have just crossed threshold of. No, I wouldn't death necklace, but we're just crossed threshold for Dragon Lord only hitting you for maximum of. The punch will not be over 48 damage, so the punch and the breath are now in the same threshold area. So 48 is the highest damage output of the Dragon Lord right now, thanks to a monstrously high agility score. And keep in mind, this is also with strength HP being our primary stat gains. So strength could have been down to like 65 if they didn't have these stat names put in. Lorgon, meanwhile, heads to Motel 6. Oh, probably spawn from the Charlock.
And it looks like up2ng will fight a red dragon or 2. Unlike Lorgon, he will not be casting stop spell because he knows that he could take.
Alright, up2ng finds a cave. It is the Tablet Cave. 30 seconds of sadness. Alrighty, Lorgon dives the thing. First thing they find in there is a golem, which are unknown to the abilities. You probably get away from it without a problem, but a golem boss could still be an issue. Couldn't tell you this week. If Lorgon attempts to heal themselves on the way down, we know it's a die for information, not for winning. up2ng finds the mountain cave. We'll be satisfied. They'll probably explore the whole cave. They want to find the harp and the stones.
And he'll find one of them, he won't find the other.
up2ng has not been back at the castle since finding Wimbledar, so I don't think they've actually had a chance to use the keys in the basement. Lorgon, if it attempts to dive, 40, 1, 2, 3, 8 healed wars with very low attack power, and if they plan Death Necklace, it might not be viable. Nope, just hurt more. Definitely not a
Cross over each other's words. Looks like he's going for the spikes.
Yeah, using hurt more on the way down of a Charlock dive is a surefire sign that either you're going to swag more or you're going to fight the giant tile and see what's down there. But yeah, it'd be insane to with the MP total they have. Lorgon has no chance to survive that fight. If they use the death necklace to get more power, there's no way they're going to be able to get anything outside of a few high swings. There'll be no doubles. It'll be a real rout.
Well, no, I called a race where a runner had 93 hit points with a death necklace and decided it was good to go, and she wound up winning. So it can be done.
It can be done. I think her power was actually monstrous. It was like 140 something.
That's what they had, actually. Key Audition, there will be no scaling of the $25,000 pyramid today.
I mean, don't mark it out. Lorgon might die just for humor's sake. Alright, Golem's doing endgame damage. Like an ambush for a big swing, so Golem might not have abilities. It's definitely punch first.
And it looks like up2ng is going to go straight for the Silver Harp Cave.
Alright, they have what they need, and they know that your options remaining are the back of Garenham underground and the bottom of the Tangel. So go out to the west first, catch it in, and then come on back. Yeah, so in Rando, the Dragon Lord 2, the stats are the same as Dragon Lord 1 or Dragon Lord 2 in the vanilla version, but there's HP. HP's been raised up, so it's a little more hit points than usual. But again, the resistances to hurt and sleep are still in effect. I'm saying Chaos mode, you can have Dragon Lord 1 be a whole slew of things, and often the times in Chaos, Dragon Lord 1 is the final boss.
And it gets quite nasty. up2ng gets the Silver Harp Cave. He's going to head to... The only thing he has to check is bottom of Tantagel.
Yep, so heading back home and cashing in with that last little part of the puzzle. And the dives work out in sequence. If up2ng can get experience points on the way, it might actually still have the proper first chance to dive seriously in the Charlock. Oh. I see the Hanged Canuck. Which means that seed is done.
Must have been a jet seed.
Yeah, it was a 9 o'clock race. 2 hours, not too shabby. That crazy, huh? Alright. We're in the dark. I'll watch it tomorrow.
And up2ng has the Stones of Sunlight. He's going to go cash that in. We have a race, ladies and gentlemen.
Other than just saying, I'm not looking around for other things, Death Necklace or not, I'm just getting out of here and going for Charlock. We're going for a grind to finish off Charlock. Meanwhile, Lorgon's in Charlock and trying to get down and find information. Who's the boss? Who does number 2 work for? Alright, Lorgon just in level 16. So you're seeing about a 10-minute difference between up2ng No Good's level 16 and Lorgon 16 from the grind. McGrew, they did not. up2ng No Good got the first chest, saw the stones, said, nope, I'm gone. up2ng No Good is wearing no jewelry. They're wearing the ring of the fighter, the drop of the rainbow, and the scale of the dragon. Oh, no, Deanna was a mountain cave. You're correct. They fully cleared that, so yes, they should have Death Necklace. Get my things mixed up. But yes, that was the Death Necklace was the top left of the second level of Mountain Cave. My brain. Alright, Lorgon says, I want more power. Is that back in Hawksnest? Yep. Lorgon is 16. Again, got there much later than Up to No Good. Where is Up to No Good going? Are they going to the other continent? Well, they're grinding more on that dragon. Yep, going back to the grind.
So what grind do you like more? Lorgon's Red Dragon grind or up2ng's Blue Dragon grind?
If Lorgon keeps using Star Spell, I like Up to No G's grind better, just because they're saving 10-15 seconds per fight on not casting Star Spell. But Lorgon is finally giving up on it. Okay, so Lorgon's now swinging into the hurt spell. A terrifying 4 to 6 damage range hurt, and is fighting them on their terms.
And both of them are pretty close to Sherlock. Although Lorgon does have a little bit of advantage distance.
Might be seeing simultaneous dives that are serious if the level goes there. And actually, if Lorgon gets a whole bunch of HP next level, if next level 17's a HP pool but no actual power really, Lorgon might dive the necklace. And Up to No Good might do it behind as well. One may choose to use necklace or not, and that could be the difference at the seed here. They want to sacrifice that hit point total to get more power. Alright. Up to No Good keeping a slight experience point lead.
Yep, and while they're grinding, give these streamers a follow, ladies and gentlemen. Give Lorgon a follow. Give up2ng a follow. And while you're at it, give the Seawolf1 a follow. Give myself, sigmafan, a follow, who are your commentators. Also give our tracker and restreamer, Sparkover and McGrew a follow. And we race, we do everything, might even do your dishes. Nope, we won't do your dishes. But give us a follow on Twitch, we'll be happy for it.
Alright, Lorgon, the slightly faster fights, getting that slight little lead experience points, keeping on, holding on to it. Okay, Hanger, yes, there's a gold grind available in the treasury. up2ng tried by accident to it and actually got 5 cursed belts. That's supposed to be a gold chest with the grind there. But ever since that point, no one's tried to reenact the grind. Definitely doable. The basement of the castle was Garen's grave. So if you so desire to do the full grind dive, you could have made that gold grind pretty easy.
I wonder if both of them are gonna keep on grinding until maybe they get 14-8.
Lorgon heads out. They're getting close enough to 12,000 to get on their own. But Lorgon will finish off the grind to 17 first. Lorgon also not casting Repel, thus fighting Magidrakes in the middle of the desert.
Alright, let's see if it's good.
15 attack power, 12 MP.
We're good.
Let the dive begin. Let's see.
This is reminding me of a Sawyer Brown song. The race is on and here comes Lorgon on the backstretch. Up2ng, horn to the inside. Heading into Charlotte Castle to fight the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, Spirits, I'm looking in now. I'm not sure. I thought they had it. I thought up2ng had it. Because they had to go through all Mountain Cave. They went to Mountain Cave first to make sure they got all the items out of it, but they didn't have the harp at that point. So I had to, not seeing the item list, I had to assume they picked up the necklace.
Yeah, both of them have the necklace. Now it's just a matter of getting to Sherlock.
Alright. Simultaneous dive action. This could be hilarious. R and Jesus take the wheel. up2ng's in first. If up2ng wins the race,
10 heal mores.
Yep, they win the race. They will have 10. They will have. No, they have 10 exactly. Yeah, they really 11. They really want that extra MP to have 11, but they'll have 10. All right, right behind on the tails, Lorgon.
Lorgon runs to Golem while up2ng runs into a blue dragon. He's able to escape from the blue dragon. He runs into another blue dragon. Lorgon runs into a blue dragon, just trying to hurt him. Unfortunately, up2ng was not able to run away from blue dragon. Now Lorgon runs into a Golem. Now we're getting the race to get to the secret path.
Ooh, Golem asleep. Jerk golems. Alright. Encounter luck. Bonking. Dragon Lord luck. Fishing for stop spells. All these little things might add up to a detail. And up2ng wins by a hair, because they chose the superior grind. And despite missing the world map's goods and towns and caves for a good like 45 minutes of the seed, maintain a huge experience point lead and ground hard to keep pace. up2ng with a nice little hero walk going on. Lorgon is meeting some monsters.
Meanwhile, up2ng has gotten to the diamond floor. This is very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a big... Is he cleared? Yeah. up2ng, hero walks the diamond floor.
Skips the whole zone of monsters. Insanely. No encounters at all. up2ng is dodging everything, and Lorgon is meeting every dragon, and dragons are blocking the runs and such, ambushing. Dragons are having a field day with Lorgon's luck. Which might be revenge to the earlier seed where Lorgon was fighting red dragons level 7 and winning. So maybe the dragons have been taking notes. up2ng heading down to the U.
Oh, Golem as a spike tile. That would be nasty, Pyroman.
Pyromance, no. Lorgon did not get down the spike tile. So, went down, did some like preliminary diving, didn't like it and left. So our penultimate boss is going to be a surprise.
And up2ng makes it to the basement first.
Up to with a 3-floor lead, basically. Ooh, werewolf of all things, being the hero blocker. 90 encounters for up2ng. Star Weapon, double blocking.
Neutral block, no, but Lorgon's now in the basement. This is going to be a very tight race, ladies and gentlemen.
Crawling ahead. Blocked by a stone man. Half-floor lead now for up2ng. Keeps finding more monsters now. And both of them know they can't fight, they can't engage these monsters, they can't spend MP. Lorgon's he's gonna decide. Heal mooring. That might cost you in the long run. Lorgon now right on the same spot. Moving beyond. Armor Knight, the champion of his people, stopping up to no good cold in her tracks.
Able to get away. They're gonna reach the spike spot soon, and it's gonna be an Armor Knight.
AK seems to be a fighter, so it's eventually. Oh, another one for up to no good before the spot. All right, up to no good. 2 more herbs.
Both of them are going to use Death Necklace strats.
Good, swinging hard. Lorgon talking to the Dragon Lord. Ugh. Armor Knight has heal more.
Oh no, that's going to be trouble.
Up no good's hopes have been dashed. Oh no. By sheer luck, Lorgon dodges the heal more chance on the low hit points. Alright, Lorgon fighting Dragon Lord 2. I missed the first round or two because we were watching the awful, awful Armor Knight luck up to no good. But Lorgon basically not it's not really cruise control. It seems a pretty safe fight. Take your time, menu properly. Don't risk it. But they're not aware that they are literally a minute and a half in front of up to no good, right behind them.
At the end, this could be where that Armor Knight wasn't able to get away from that Armor Knight. Could have gotten Lorgon the win.
RNG destroys DL1. Goes in swinging, but rolls a minimum immediately. Up2ng might throw, honestly, with the loss of the heal more there, might throw her hurt mores out, just to see what happens. You'll see if desperation strats come to play here. The math works out, though. The math for both players should be a safe fight.
This is going to be close, ladies and gentlemen. Judging by the numbers, a few more hits for Lorgon and he'll do it.
Alright, Lorgon takes down Dragon Lord.
Lorgon did it!
Lorgon takes it down. This is a proper showing of, 2 no seed players. High caliber players going at it full bore. And by sheer dint of luck, RNG favors the gods of Lorgon.
Yep. Taking those chances on the Red Dragons earlier on does pay off for Lorgon. But we have to stress, this was a really close race.
Up2ng throws out the Desperation Hurt more. Thinks they're behind. Spell fails and they forfeit the race. A turnaround of fortunes in that last floor.
Tough.
Yeah, High Spirits is right. There was tons of low ball rolls. 10s and 12s were rolling the day. Up no good had the advantage going into the fight, and the rolls said no. The Armor Knight and the Damage Roller cost them the race in the last seconds of this battle.
That is unfortunate for up2ng. He ran it a different way than Lorgon. Lorgon went expedition, went searching. up2ng did grinding to start. It kept on grinding. Really close race up to the end. Unfortunately for up2ng, Lorgon was able to pull it off. And we have Lorgon here in chat. Congratulations, Lorgon, on a very well-raced race.
Well, thank you. I'm kind of curious what happened in that one, because I made a couple of mistakes in that.
Let's say you were both on DL2 at the same time.
Yeah, I just switched over to the channel right afterwards, and I saw up2ng fighting DL2, but I guess losing? Was he at the same level?
Same level. You were 2 floors behind them. They ran into an Armor Knight that would not let them pass. And then they ran to the spike tile, and Armor Knights apparently have heal more, which we found out at the last time that Up No Good found out at the same time we found out. and stopped it cold, cost him a heal more, and lost just enough gas to ruin the last
I
fight.
see. So I just got lucky at the end. Yeah, I really thought even after I defeated the Dragon Lord that I was still going to lose that one because I know up2ng is a great player and I didn't feel like I played that one optimally. And so unless he got lost in the map, I didn't see a possible way that I was going to pull that out. But I didn't expect the bad RNG on the Armored Knight for him.
Hey, what's going on? GG. Seemed like it was really close no matter what, but yeah, just couldn't finish off the Dragon Lord there. You had already finished, so very nice. Yeah, that map was very difficult for me actually.
I thought
felt
it
like
would
was
be
really, really large, and
I know
just,
you
like,
don't.
I couldn't find anything. It was
I
crazy.
know you don't draw maps, and I did a sketch at least, but I spent a lot of time walking the map trying to find Staff of Rain Cave, but at the same time, I was thinking it's a difficult map, and so I think this one up2ng is going to struggle on as well. But I'm glad it sounds like we ended up giving a good race for the people to watch since we were fighting the Dragon Lord at the same time, so that's great.
Yeah, I mean, I basically got everything like in the last 10 minutes of the race. Like I went probably 45 minutes and hadn't really seen the town yet, I don't think. It was just like I just had nothing but empty space. It just went on and on and on. I just couldn't find anything.
I think I might have killed my first red dragon at like level 6 or 7. It was pretty insane. What was your experience?
I tried a few times and it didn't work out for me, but I tried on those levels. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely doable. I tried a few times, it just didn't work out.
Which is unfortunate. Yeah, you two were neck and neck. up2ng had a couple of hero walks. Hero walk the diamond floor is what opened it up, where you were running into a whole bunch of blue dragons and Stone Man. Unfortunately for up2ng, the Armor Knight near the spike spot was what did him in. He wouldn't. You missed.
Yeah, I think I got blocked 7
runs.
or 8 times in a row there, something like that.
Yeah, 7 or 8 runs, wasn't able to get away. Very finicky, that Armor Knight, unfortunately.
One question I'm really dying to know was what was the red dragon stop spell resistance? Because it seemed like I was landing a lot at the beginning, and then there was one red dragon that I failed stop spell 6 times in a row.
I know I went 1 for 3 towards the beginning of the game and missed twice, and then that landed on the 3rd time, and then I just decided that wasn't really going to be the way.
11 of 16, Lorgon. You got lucky.
Yeah, sounds right.
Okay, yeah, I got really lucky at the beginning of the game because I got a bit of experience off of red dragons in kind of those critical 6, 7, 8 levels, I feel like then. And so that must have given me a lead kind of going out the door, because I feel like I gave up some of that with some of the play choices that I made a little bit later on.
I just it was a really large map, and I feel like I full cleared it. I even went and did the whole second continent, which was empty.
Yeah, me too.
I did the tablet cave. It was just I did absolutely everything. It was it felt like it couldn't have been going worse because I just.
What did you?
I got to the 2 dungeons were the last 2 things.
What did you do with the key at the beginning?
Oh, I used the key right away, but.
Yeah, I did too. But I was just curious if there was any chance that you saved it and decided to peek outside just to see if you could easily earn 85 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think the stats were there in the beginning for that. I think we had single-digit strength, so
they weren't.
You had 5 strength.
Yeah. We had the fighter's ring, so it was 7.
Oh yeah, 7 with the fighter's ring.
So that brings a couple more enemies kind of into range, but nevertheless.
Man, I just felt like I just could not find anything. It was it was a little nasty, that one desert we had to walk through every time we got.
I went through it twice without seeing the red dragon or any of the bad enemies right at the start. I only managed to find the jerk, but I at least saw that there were going to be a number of branching ways to go over there. And then the 3rd time I went there, I think I finally ran into the red dragon, and I was like, oh, okay, this could be interesting.
Yeah, there were werewolves, star wyvern, red dragons, and it was oh, we got to walk through this every time. That's fun. But yeah, I mean, that stuff, it didn't bother me too much. It was just I really wanted to find a town in the beginning because we already had the sword. So I was just I want to find a town where I can see if there's something to gold grind for. So then I can go into a dungeon and then I'll know where I'm trying to walk to. You know what I mean? So I just kept going and going and going and just could not find a town. It was just forever. I just walked so much map, couldn't find a town.
Yeah, I mean, basically really? 4 of the 5 were kind of in the upper left of the map, and apparently Tanagel looks was in the bottom right, if I drew my sketch correctly. So Yeah, it was basically on the other side. Garenham was way up at the top, and I think that might have been what I found first. I don't even remember now.
You found Mountain Cave in Garenham first.
I see. Yeah, I actually found the jerk a little bit before that, but yeah. But there, I didn't have keys, and I was kind of worried. I didn't remember what the starting strength was at that point of the game, and I was kind of worried. I was like, I found Garenham. If I had saved the key and just did a little bit of grinding, maybe I'd have keys already, and maybe there's something important in the back. So I was kind of second guessing myself from pretty early on in this one.
Did you do any kind of end game grinding? Or did you go to Hawksness for Red Dragons? Or...
At 14 or 15, I dove Sharlock and found Axe Knights in the middle level. Yeah, it was at 15 because I had to grind enough of them to get 16 to cast outside to be able to go back to Breckenridge without having to walk all the way back to Sharlock. And when 16 wasn't enough, I went to Hawksness and fought Red Dragons. And then 17 looked like it was going to be enough. And then I realized I didn't have herbs. And so I went back to Breckenridge to get more herbs, and then realized I forgot that the Death Necklace was going to make it a much easier fight. I thought it was extremely borderline at 17. And forgot that the Death Necklace was already coming into play, and so I was really worried at the end that I just wasted
I'll have to see
time.
how your grind went for you. I ended up doing the Blue Dragon in the Swamp Cave because you never had to go to an inn. It was just like spamming Stop Spell and
I
Hurt.
never checked the tile.
Yeah.
I passed through the Swamp Cave twice. The first time I immediately died on the second continent, and then the second time was when I was looking for the Staff of Rain, but I forgot to check the tile.
I actually got to 16 before ever finding either of the dungeons. So
wow.
That's how it went for me.
So that's interesting. It ended up being a completely different race for the two of us.
Yeah, I just could not find anything. It was crazy.
Watch back, it'll be interesting. You'll probably be pulling your hair out when you see what happened. Charlock, the initial Charlock dive for Lorgon was attack, can't run. And then you were smooth sailing all the way to that last little tile before the spike tile. And then I made a joke before about the Armor Knight in my race like 2 years ago having heal more and surprised me at the end of the race. And sure enough, Armor Knight at the end, the heal more surprised me. I don't think we saw heal more from the Armor Knight until then.
I had seen one Armor Knight in the overworld and discovered that he had heal more, but in all honesty, I'd completely forgotten that by the time I got to the spike tile.
Yeah, it did end up using it on me on the spike tile, but I don't know. I just kept fighting it. I just was hoping it wasn't like a high percentage or it was just going to work out. So that was a little annoying, but I don't know if that ended up mattering too much. I had a couple of herbs, and then I ended up like two-shotting DL1 with like just two huge rolls when I was like going to try to use herbs. But
he gave me an initial stop spell, and then I had 74 going into the DL2, which seemed like it was.
I had no shot against DL2. I mean, I just rolled like all 10s and 11s, so I had no shot.
I see. I saw I think damage. 220. So I got a lot of good luck in this one, I gotta say. And but
that was a pretty challenging season.
You were still a favorite to get through the bracket, I expect. Honestly, I feel like it might have been a little bit better to be lucky than good in this one. There were a few mistakes I made. When I first entered Hawksness, I encountered a red dragon before the spike tile, and I did a heal more when I should have done a heal, and then I ended up running out of magic points to be able to take out the red dragon who was actually on the spike. I died and had to walk all the way back there, and it was at the complete opposite end of the map. And screwing up the herbs around Breckenridge also cost me a little bit of time. I don't know. It'll be fun to watch back because it seems like there were completely different races.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. Well, good luck on your fourth round. I think, I think we both have a pretty good shot to move forward. We'll have to see.
I agree. Thanks to restreamers and commentators and trackers for this race, and thanks also to up2ng. I don't know if you remember, but you're the first person I ever raced Dragon Warrior Randomizer. You helped me out because I was having trouble getting SRL working and having trouble getting the randomizer working, and you were patient with me one morning, and we managed to do a race. And it's a very great community. There's lots of people who are here willing to answer questions and help you get going, and it's a whole lot of fun. And so if people are watching and want to join, I highly encourage it.
Absolutely. Very good. Thanks also to the restreamer and to the commentators and trackers. Great job, everyone. Thanks for pulling it off tonight. I know we had a few races all bunched together this evening, so it's awesome that we got it going here.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun. We have all these blocks of races, so you could sit back and relax and, you know, just enjoy the wonders that is Dragon Warrior Randomizer. It's a new race every time. So, Lorgon, you're going to go to 3-0. You know what that means.
Brackets.
You're going to go into the brackets, as far as we know. Up2ng, you're far from out of it. 2-1. You might have some tough competition next week, but may the fates be in your favor.
Yep, looking forward to it. There's a lot of tournament left here, so should be exciting.
And in addition to looking forward to our races, I'm just looking forward to watching everybody else's. This is a great time of year for me. I enjoy watching these so much.
Yep, it's always a wonderful time to watch Dragon Warrior Randomizer Burgermeister races. I'll be able to say this right eventually. Dragon Warrior Randomizer races on the Randomania networks and RPG Limit Break. If that's it, I guess that's gonna be it for this wonderful edition of Dragon Warrior Randomizer. Lorgon upending up2ng near the end, picking him at the post, so to speak. Are there any races that we can go and raid for right now, or is that other 10 o'clock race done?
Let's see, the commentary team is still available. Let's see where they're at.
The other race is done. Oh, wow.
Alright, well, I guess show's over then.
Yep, well, we're in Polexel, which should be lots of fun. I don't know Polexel, but should be a good watch for those who are going to go raid them. So for Seawolf, my co-commentator, for Sparkover, for up2ng, for Lorgon 111, for McGrew, I am Sigma Fan saying good night. Good night.